On March 18, the Federal Reserve decreased the interest rate by another 0.75%. This is a sixth scheduled emergency cut in as many months. Are these cuts helping the economy? Will there be any need for further cuts?
Well, Senator, we do believe that these cuts are justified by the slowdown in the economy. We believe they are helping.
Are you concerned about inflation?
Of course, we're concerned about inflation. Inflation has been too high. Over the last year, it's been about 3.5% instead of about a little over 2% in the previous year. The primary reason for the high inflation is rapid increases in the prices of globally traded commodities, including crude oil and food, among others. It's our expectation, which is consistent with the prices seen in futures markets, that these prices will moderate during the coming year, and that therefore overall inflation will tend to slow. However, we are aware of the uncertainties involved with that, and we're obviously going to be watching the situation very carefully.
Did the Federal Reserve place any conditions on J.P. Morgan Chase and Bear Stearns when it extended a $29 billion line of credit?
We did that as part of an overall negotiation, the point of which was to try to facilitate the acquisition of Bear Stearns and the guarantee of its liabilities by J.P. Morgan Chase. As President Geithner has discussed, we have substantial protections. They include $30 billion of collateral as mark-to-market on March 14th, $1 billion first loss position by J.P. Morgan, professional investment advice from a advisory company, and the luxury of being able to dispose of these assets over a period of time and not therefore have to sell them quickly into an illiquid market.
Do you expect the Fed to facilitate more arrangements like the J.P. Morgan Chase purchase of Bear Stearns for other financial institutions? Does this create a moral hazard for taxpayers?
We do not expect to have to do this, but we're obviously going to be watching and monitoring the markets very carefully and institutions. I think this was a very unusual situation. In particular, things happened very quickly and left very little time window. In most cases, when firms, banks have problems, they have a considerable amount of time to take preemptive actions in terms of raising capital, finding a partner, and taking other measures to avoid these problems. I'd like to make a comment on the idea that we bailed out Bear Stearns. As President Geithner pointed out, Bear Stearns didn't fare very well in this operation. The shareholders took very severe losses. The company lost its independence. Many employees obviously are concerned about their jobs. I don't think it's a situation that any firm would willingly choose to endure. What we had in mind here was the protection of the financial system and the protection of the American economy. And I believe that if the American people understand that we were trying to protect the economy and not to protect anybody on Wall Street, they would better appreciate why we took the actions we did.